specialize in music most people hate. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, Instagram, and our website. Let us share the noise with you.
Yo, this is John from Noise Dosage Media, and this episode is brought to you by Begrudgingly Benny. Interested in putting something horrific and grotesque on your next piece of merch? Benny is tucked away in the fiery depths of COVID quarantine, blasting the filthiest of old school death metal and drawing hideous creatures that he is waiting for you to adopt. Go over to Instagram and follow at BegrudginglyBenny and contact him if you would like some really weird original art for your band or label. Super professional, highly recommended. My intro kind of sucks, so here we go. Yo, what's up? We got Michael from Frozen Soul. My man Brandon, the freaking art guy, he does all this fucking crazy shit. We're co-hosting, man. I like this. I like it. It takes the stress off of me. So my first question to you is, I'm gonna give you a list of things, and you're gonna tell me if you like them or you dislike them and why.
All right.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
So unreadable death metal logos.
I mean, I like them to an extent. I think it really depends on like who the band is and what their music sounds like. Because I mean, if you got like an illegible logo, you got to have like music to go with it that just sounds like incomprehensible almost.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Grindcore or like punk?
I mean, I like both, but I'm definitely more a fan of grindcore, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Punk is not. Do you like punk or no?
I mean, I do. It's not something I've always like really super been into, but it is cool. I usually go to punk shows in Dallas and Fort Worth when they happen.
There you go. That's cool. So where you're at, local shows, is there like a set, niche of people that go to shows, or is there like multiple genre shows?
I mean, yes and no to both of those. You see a lot of the same people at shows, but you also see like a lot of those same people go to like all kinds of different like shows, whether it be like grindcore, like metal, death metal, or punk, whatever. Like if it's heavy music, then most of like the people that you'll see at any of those shows will be at other shows for sure.
Right. Okay. So here's guitar questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Active pickups or passive pickups?
Passive all day. And because of that, it's because I just fucking hate having to change the battery all the time. Or all like right. Whenever you're playing and like the battery starts going out while you're playing. Oh,
yeah. Well, I have two. I got this and I got this. Same exact model guitars, but this has got active and this doesn't. Mm-hmm. And I've been going towards the same thing as you, man. Like, I don't know. It like to me it sounds too robotic. And I used to love them, but now I
actives?
Hate them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, they just sound like a little bit too hot. So, and I play with like a lot of gain, and when you're playing with like an active pickup, I mean, you need to kind of dial the gain back a little bit just because it's so hot.
Right. Can you give me a rundown on that freaking guitar, like what you have behind you?
Yeah, so it's a USA Mark II Ironbird made in 1986. I don't have all the specs on it because the guy that I bought it from didn't have all the specs either. But I've got a Seymour Duncan JB Jazz set, and it's got a Kahler on it as well. Uh-oh.
Dude, I've never had this much freaking...
It happened again. No.
We can hear you though.
I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, well now I'm trying to fix it.
I can hear you talking, but I can't make out the words you're saying.
Okay, you son of a bitch. All right.
Hey,
there we go.
All right, so about that guitar behind you, is that custom built or what?
I think it is. I'm not entirely sure because, like I said, the guy that had it before me didn't have like all the specs. But I mean, I've never seen anything else like it. I mean, it has no inlays and it's got this like a pearlescent blue kind of type finish on it that I haven't seen on any other Ironbirds from around that time.
Right. Yeah, I've been so tempted, but everybody's getting them around here, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
I thought that same thing too, but then I was like, no, this guitar is like too sick to fucking pass up. I have to have it.
This thing rips, dude.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you.
So the next topic is national television.
Oh boy,
I don't watch national television.
neither do I.
I freaking hate it.
Neither do I.
Bullshit. Well, on to the next one, because yeah, I just want to say that sucks. So Immolation, death metal band.
Love
You a
them.
fan? Love
They're
them?
a great band.
Now, what, out of death metal, give me like your top 4. What are your favorite death metal bands of all time?
Death. I actually have a Death tattoo on my arm. So
you
Death
go.
is one of them. Cannibal Corpse is another. Blood Incantation for sure is another one right now. Definitely top 4. Those guys are sick as fuck. And then I would say also probably Bolt Thrower.
Hell yeah. I wasn't expecting Bolt Thrower, but that's freaking dope. All right, Brandon, you got some questions? Hit them with them.
Yeah. So, all right. So because you're Frozen Soul, and because I like the lyrical themes of isolation and like the cold sadness that comes with that. What what are like your go-to horror movies for set in like icy landscapes or like cold environments?
Man, so I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this. I actually don't watch a whole lot of movies,
Oh shit!
but
Hey,
yeah,
I'm the same way, man. Just the
I don't know,
opposite.
man. I have ADHD, so it's real hard for me to like keep focus, especially if I'm like watching a movie. And if it doesn't grab me like in the first like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah.
All right.
How about Chucky?
I actually just watched Chucky for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, that movie was sick as fuck. I liked that one a lot.
That's tight.
Yeah.
All my friends are like, that's a funny horror movie. I'm like, no, that's terrifying. That is,
Yeah, it is fucking terrifying.
like a little baby thing just chopping the hell out of women and stuff. It's fucked up. It's messed
Yeah,
up.
and the kid like knows the whole time too.
Yeah.
And all that. It's fucking terrifying.
Exactly. All right, we got 20 people watching. I want some questions from y'all. But Brandon, what else you got?
Yeah. So, what's your biggest hurdle been during COVID, and at the same time, coming out with your first album during COVID?
Man, it's weird. I mean, I'm really excited, and it sucks because we had a tour lined up. It was actually supposed to come out. The album was supposed to come out on the 13th, so 5 days from now, this coming Friday.
Yeah.
That's when it was supposed to come out, but we decided to push it back just a little bit. Just because like I said, just COVID.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, but the election too, and everyone's feed is just like clogged right now because of the election.
Trump,
So I feel like
Trump.
I feel like it would have we all felt like it would have just gotten lost in everyone's feed if we just put out the album like during election time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's a good call. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Is that why there was like not a ton of albums coming out last Friday? I was like spamming my feed like where I'm not getting any updates.
I don't know. There was a bunch of Century Media did release a bunch of like singles. Did y'all listen to that new Asphyx?
Oh, what was it? What was the name of it?
Botox Implosion.
Yeah. That's an awesome name. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool song.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, we got a question here. What would you say is the hardest song on the album to play and the easiest song?
Hardest song on the album to play, and I can say this for all of us, is a song called Faceless Enemy, because that song is just like it's like double bass almost the whole song, and then like tremolo picking almost the whole song. It's a very bolt thrower sounding song.
Agility, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And then as far as easiest, I mean, for me personally, I would say Merciless is the easiest one, just because I mean, I've been playing that song for like 2 years now, almost. So I've got it down for the most part.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I the other day I was trying to learn the newest single. I was having a freaking hell of a time.
Oh, Encased in Ice or Crypt Device?
Crypt Device.
Oh yeah, that one's it's a weird one. The riffs in that like kind of crisscross when you play them with your fingers. It's real weird, but I'm really proud of that one.
Is it? Do you guys play in drop G? You got
Drop
it.
A.
Drop A, really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I thought it was G.
Oh no, Sanguisugabog plays in G.
There it is. Okay. The last couple of topics, I'll do them quick here. P90 pickups.
They're okay. I mean, I don't love them, but I don't hate them.
Yeah, they're freaking. They're definitely one of those things with guitar players. You either love them. I don't know. Like for me, they're very noisy. I can't freaking do them.
I just know what I do like, and I like Seymour Duncan specifically. So
yeah. Now, if you ever got offered to do like a signature pickup, what would you want to make it sound like?
Probably just like the regular JB, but something that like helps push the low end out a little bit more and makes it cut a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I got hardcore dancing, concept albums and lyrical, concept albums, and then like full length albums or like EPs.
So hardcore dancing, this is also something I'll probably catch a lot of flack for too, but I mean, we're all about that shit, dude. I mean,
yeah, you like
Chad,
it?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's part of how I mosh too when I mosh, but I mean, I haven't been to a show since February, so but I mean, Chad comes from a background in hardcore, so I mean, that's what he knows, but I mean, I just expect like if people like are doing that at our shows, that's cool. I mean, we're down for whatever makes people move, you know. Obviously, like don't be a fucking dick and just be wailing on people for no reason. But at the same time, like most people that do mosh like that, that's not their intent like at all.
Right, for sure.
So
I go with the silly like I don't know what it is, where you like kind of like put your like knees up. And, like,
that's funny, man.
The stupid punk shit that I grew up with.
yeah, they do that a lot around here.
It's pretty much like that.
The they freaking have cover. Arms out like this far.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. That's how you do it. You need that op ivy cover, like where it's like, you know.
Yeah, we're just down for whatever makes people move, and that's what we try to do is just make people move, whether it be like headbanging or circle pitting or hardcore dancing, whatever you want to call it. Like we just want people to move when we're playing, you know.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel it.
You guys got it.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it. All right. So, I don't know what the hell I was watching earlier. It was something on Metal Injection, but it was talking about, it's Phil Anselmo. He was saying how he hated to do full lengths, because they took 5 years. So what's your opinions on like EPs, like taking your time versus, get something out there quick?
I personally prefer to release albums, but like that's just if I'm releasing my own music. I just prefer to release albums. It's definitely a lot harder. It's a lot more time consuming and it's a lot more stressful than doing like a 4 or 5 song EP. But I also think it's worth it in the long run because if you put out an album, like more people are going to listen to it versus if you just put out like an EP, it's basically like putting out a demo that just like sounds better, you know, and like looks a little bit better too. So I think for me personally, I'm more about like full albums rather than EPs, just because that shows you more too of like what a band's about and like what their style is versus just like 4 songs or 5 songs, you know.
Right. Yeah, no, I've been debating on that for a while because like I write music myself, but I'm like, do I want to just put everything into one or just, wait on it,
And there's like something magical, so I feel like to like the consumer and like when you're just like waiting for like, a band will say like in 4 months we're gonna have our album. We're like, oh fuck, it's the new Frozen Soul, or it's the new Undeath, and you're just like you hear like 1 or 2 songs and you're like the full album is just you're just waiting for it to just blow you away. And it's almost like it's like this like self-fulfilling prophecy that it will, but at the same time it's I don't know, that weight factor is awesome for like full lengths versus EPs.
Yeah, I definitely
Exactly.
feel you. That's how I felt about the Undeath record. That record is fucking sick.
Dude.
Yeah, that's
I was
good.
saying this from the start, man. My band played with them their first ever show.
Hmm.
And it was like, I said to my friend, I'm like, this band is going to be something. Like, they're going to be
Oh
big.
yeah,
And needless to say, it happened. I was
yeah.
like,
They're blowing up right now. Everybody's talking about them, which is awesome. Those dudes
it's
deserve it. They
awesome.
work really hard.
They freaking killed it, man. They played without a bass player for a long time, too. And they still sounded freaking massive.
I still haven't seen him yet, but I would love to see them sometime and tour with them.
Yeah. All right. So, got some questions here. Down picking versus alternative picking. Okay.
I mean, depends on what you're playing. I mean, one of my biggest influences is Metallica, specifically James Hetfield, and so I mean, everyone knows
The
he's like the
downer.
king of down picking.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to down pick more effectively and more precisely.
There we go.
Just
Okay.
learn Master Puppets front to back.
So, application basically. Different
Hmm.
riffs, different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to do down picking just because like the attack. I try to do more down picking
Hmm.
than alternative because of just it cuts.
Yeah, it definitely sounds way better if you're trying to get notes through.
Yeah. Okay. If people don't two-step to your riffs, you failed as a band. That's funny. That is funny. All right.
Wait, really quick, how old is too old to dance in the pit?
You're too old.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I've been
I've
judging it by like my hairline. I'm like, will I look cool in the pit?
Shit.
So I got it covered up with the hat, and then I could go in.
I've seen dudes in their 50s and 60s fucking like pop off at shows, dude.
All
There's
right,
no such thing as too old.
I'm holding myself to that then.
They're like, I'm gonna put on a new back this show. That's funny. So the one thing that I found kind of interesting about your band, so Frozen Soul, right? Being from Texas, it's hot, right?
All the time.
So how does that correlate? Do you guys hate the heat, or is it just, I don't know? How'd you come up with like the concept for that?
So, me personally, I absolutely despise being cold. I hate the winter. I just hate being cold in general. Now all the other guys, they're all like big fellas. So, I mean, they're always getting hot, so they love being in the winter and all that. Nothing against them, but I mean, they just love being cold. But I mean, as far as the concept goes, we never really like put that kind of thought into it when we were starting the band. It was after we put out the demo and we were seeing how people were reacting to it that we were like, okay, maybe we should like take this and run with it. And then
It's so
look where we're at now.
There's been so many like jungle dwelling like grindcore bands. Like where's our ice band? The world needed an ice death metal band.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all the ice related bands were in black metal.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see them live. Well, some of them you do.
I feel like black metal is more like, out in the like snowy forest, while you guys are like some monster encased in ice, like 200 feet below the surface.
Yeah, we're just in ice caverns and
Yeah, there you
frozen
go.
lakes.
There you go. Now, what do you guys consider yourselves as, like, genre-wise? Like, I mean, you personally,
Just
like,
death metal.
just straight
Straight
death
up
metal?
death metal.
There you go.
I mean, I don't really have a term for it, or like another term I can think
Like
of. It's
caveman, like you're gonna make a new genre.
just. I mean, I just consider it death metal.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we got more questions, I think, here. Someone said when I saw a dying fetus, there was a grandpa in the pit, PJ, and he fell on everybody.
Oh, poor guy.
Damn.
That's funny. Max says no riffs past the 4th fret.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Necro Balmer. Hell yeah. What bands influenced the riffs in Frozen Soul the most?
Definitely Bolt Thrower and Mortician. Those are the two like big main influences.
Yeah. Okay, bro. What's your favorite Mortician horror sample? That like came in before you even said it.
Uh, man, that's a good question. There's a whole lot of them. I actually need to like look real quick.
It's all right. We shot. I've never done the list of
Mhm.
topics before, so it felt like
Oh
I was
yeah.
shooting them off.
I mean, Blood Craving is a classic for sure. Either Blood Craving or Zombie Apocalypse.
The people need to know that one. Hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do. All right. Brandon, you got questions? Come on. Throw 'em
The
at me.
the topics, and it kind of comes up in a good spot because I was going to ask something related, not related to fluids exactly, but something that fluids uses, and you were talking about Mortician, very closely related band. But
Mhm.
what are your takes on real life gore in imagery and death metal?
I mean, it has its place for sure, especially for like the really underground bands. I mean, Fluids is cool and Pissgrave is cool. I know they're one of they're another one of those bands that uses like real gore for like their album covers and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I typically like don't get too far into that because I actually was like super into gore and like the really morbid shit of like reality a few years ago. And I just had to stop looking at that shit just because it was like, I don't know. You can only see that shit for so long and then realize like, man, this is like pretty fucked up. What am I doing looking at this?
Yeah. It's a like a kind of a slippery slope.
Hmm.
I've always kind of said like it's important to know that the worst parts of humanity still exist,
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
and yeah, but it's easy to get a little too involved, I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of us grew up with rotten.com. I think we all kind of like had an idea of
Yeah,
like
and best gore.
rotten.com. Oh yeah. I was like watching that stuff. I don't even know how it happened, before the internet was like a thing of easily being able to find stuff. Like you hear friends talking about like rotten.com, and
Hmm.
as like some kid in like middle school, you're like, oh, I wonder what that is, and then you're just like destroyed, and then
Yeah,
your
and then
soul
you're
was
just
gone.
scarred for life.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny. Um, the one big question I had here, the last question, really. So what do you think a record label should do? Like,
Well, the whole purpose of a record label is to help push a band's like release and help them reach
right,
a
right.
wider audience. That's the whole purpose.
I mean, like, beyond that, like, have you seen record labels like, I don't know, what's like the main reason why record labels fail? Is my question really?
Uh Man, that's a tough one. I mean, it could just be like from neglecting like their bands and like not helping their bands in like the way they need them to. Because
Right.
I've seen some record labels, they just like put out a band's like demo or like they put out their album, they like push it for a week and then they like never talk about it again, like
Yeah,
ever.
and that's what I've been trying to really dive into is like sometimes like I'll see like, the Bandcamp labels where it's just like, "Hey man, I dropped this album," and then they throw it on their Instagram story and that's it. You don't hear nothing about it.
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Dude, come on, man." Like,
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna put all this work into it and into like writing and recording and all that, like you gotta push your music, you know? You can't
right,
just like post about it once and expect for it to blow up overnight.
exactly. Now, being with Century Media, what do you think is something that you, I don't know, that they do really good? Like, that you
Um
think about?
I mean, they take care of us. They really do. I mean, anytime we need anything that's like not like money related, whether it be like like posting about certain things or just like help like getting connections, like they're really, really good about that. They're really good about that.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Is like
Mhm.
beyond, pushing the album like behind the scenes, like they should be hooking you up with connections,
Yeah, for
pushing
sure.
pushing.
Yeah, they should be helping you like get tours and like talking to promoters and other things like that, like merch opportunities, which Century Media has done like all those things for us.
How about like press? Does Century Media do a lot of press with you?
They have a separate company that they have do press for us.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. We got questions here to the right. Yo, it's Colin and TJ. Hi.
What's up, Will? Shout out to Wretched Inferno.
Here we go.
They just released a little EP called Fester. You should all check it out.
Okay. All right. What could you tell us about that band?
So this band's really cool. So these are a bunch of kids that are like between the ages of like 15 and 17, and all they've been doing is just like writing music and playing music. That's all they've been doing, which is more than what most bands do. Like we were just talking about, where they just put up their EP once and never talk about it again.
Yeah. I've come across like a few people, like younger kids, that like follow me. I'm like, hey man, like they ask me like, hey man, how do I get my name out there in the music industry? I'm like, you just have to do it.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's no real like playing. You just gotta you just gotta do it and just talk to a bunch of people.
Exactly. Now, do these guys have any music out yet, or?
Oh yeah, they just put out an EP called Fester a few days ago through Decibel, actually.
Decibel, holy shit!
Yeah, Decibel featured it.
God
damn.
Oh man,
putting that on the Bandcamp wish list.
The wish list.
Boom.
Yeah, the way we found out about them actually is they actually did a cover of Encased in Ice, which actually also sounds really cool.
Oh, sick.
That's rad. That's rad. Here, Wretched Inferno. Follow. God damn, Massachusetts. Okay.
There's some little northern boys. Some Yankees.
All right.
How have you been feeling this past week with the election going on?
Oh man.
Have you been spamming the news like I have?
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to look at it, but at the same time, like I have to. Like I gotta know.
Oh,
it's been really hard to avoid, but now that we know that Trump's gonna be out of office unless he tries to pull some bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm doing good.
Dude, it's nice to know that he's out of here finally.
Yeah, I've been so tempted to make a post about we couldn't have found two better candidates to represent the United States, but I feel like
my god,
I feel like I'll get canceled.
Oh no, they're both fucking dog shit. But Trump is just awful, just pure garbage.
Yeah, I
figured you had a little bit of opinion on that, just based by the municipal waste.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that. Dude.
I got the shirt too.
I got the patch. I got the patch, man.
That's sick.
I've been trying to talk to that band. I mean, I haven't reached out to them, but they're on my list.
That band's cool as fuck. I've never really I've had a couple conversations with Tony, but I'm not really like friends with any of them. But that band's really cool. They were like a huge inspiration for me when I was like first starting to go to shows a few years ago.
There we go.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm trying to think of my first show. Yeah.
Oh,
damn,
man.
That's bringing it back.
Oh, yeah.
My first metal show? Wow. What was it for yours, Brandon? What was your first
okay, so I'm just going to say this. I don't like, so I grew up with punk, so I didn't really know anything about metal until I knew about metal, but like death metal and stuff like that, I didn't get into it until 6 years ago. And I just realized like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's like when someone kind of like figures out who they are. It's like, that's why I had this like, oh, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my first death metal show was only in 2016, and it was Gatecreeper, Toxic Holocaust, and Nails. And
dude,
sounds like
I guess I did see Megadeth before that, and Megadeth was kind of like my transition. I was like going from thrash metal over into death metal, and then I got into death, and then I got death was like kind of what changed my whole outlook on like what metal could be.
Oh yeah, same for me, dude. Yeah, the first time I ever heard genetic reconstruction, I was like, oh my god, this is the sickest shit ever.
Yeah. Just like you, I got a tattoo of I got 2 death tattoos on my arm with everything else, so it's freaking huge.
Do you really?
Well, I got like the Sound of Perseverance mountain on the back.
Thing.
It's not the it's here. I mean, you can't really see it without me taking my shirt off, but
no, I don't want to see
that. So where is it? I don't know where it at. I have a oh, here it is. So I got so this isn't really, it's kind of like death related, but it's I told him to do the site from the actual logo. So I got like that little thing.
Oh,
just, like,
fuck yeah. That's sick.
And then I got the Sound of Perseverance mountain, like screaming mountain on the back of my arm.
But yeah.
Because that's like the first death metal album I actually like, kind of like opened me up to everything.
Which I mean, my introduction was Scream Bloody Gore. That was like the big thing that, hit me in the face. I was like, whoa. But
yeah, for me it was a song Genetic Reconstruction, but then I also after that I was like, oh, I gotta find more of this band, and then I found Leprosy, and man, that record just blew me the fuck away. It was like super old school and raw, but it was like heavy, and it changed my perspective on like what metal could be. And then shortly after that, I discovered Cannibal Corpse, and then that band just fucking, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I got to see them. So I'm from Buffalo, and I got to see them at their hometown show, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Was it nuts?
It's okay when you play your hometown, like, you know how it feels a little bit different.
Oh yeah,
like it's your hometown, you can do whatever the hell you want, and people are gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
When Cannibal came, the whole floor was like doing a wall of death, like the
holy
whole
shit
show. It was insane.
That's tight as fuck.
I can't wait for concerts. I'm like,
oh, me too.
I just all the pent up rage and energy that's gonna be at like. And the thing is going to last so long because there's going to be so many people that aren't going to go to concerts for a little bit. But when they go, those people are going to be so hyped up that they're going to hype everybody else up. So I think we're going to have like a good 1 or 2 years of just like the gnarliest and most disgusting, insane shows that you've ever seen.
I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I freaking hope, man.
Yeah, shows are going to be, when they come back, they're going to be packed, and everyone's going to rage. Like even harder than they were before.
There's going to be so many people just dying in crowds. Literal death everywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna need to be ambulances on site.
Yeah, we're hiring people. It's gonna be putting money back to the community, back into the hospitals.
Oh, dude. So I actually I used to work at a really big venue here in Dallas, and some shows, and especially metal shows, we would actually have a couple EMTs like in the kind of like not the backstage area, but like in like a restricted access area. There'd be like a couple EMTs sometimes for people that will like just get like knocked the fuck out or dehydrated, things like that.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury here.
That's only at like the really big venues though that can afford that.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I've always thought that'd be like, so I also work as a firefighter EMT part-time. So I always thought like being able to go to like a free show and like, I've seen the people there, they just get kind of like hang out until someone gets hurt, but you just get to like go to like free shows all the freaking time. It'd be great.
That's sick.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that would be sick. All right. So when you hit the road, right? Who do you want to tour with?
Oh man.
Don't blow any upcoming tours, but I mean, like, give me a bucket list of bands that you like would kill to tour with.
I mean, Metallica is like
top
all time. I would drop anything and everything to like even just play a show with Metallica, but doing a tour with them would be cool. Trying to think who else. I mean, Cannibal Corpse is another for sure.
Cannibal.
Yeah, Cannibal.
Cannibal
probably
Corpse
Exodus too. Exodus is fucking sweet. I'd love to tour with Power Trip too. Those are some hometown heroes.
There we go. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick. Well, if you make that any of those tours happen, come to Buffalo or Rochester.
Oh man, we're gonna be everywhere as soon as it's safe to, dude. As soon as it's safe to, we're gonna be everywhere.
Hell
Dude, I can't wait, man. Like when all this when all this freaking blows over, I'm hoping to do like in-person interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all over. It'll be so fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time once it comes back because I mean we've been deprived of it for about what 9 months now, something like that.
This
8
shit
months.
sucks.
yeah.
This shit-
A few years now. It feels like
Yeah.
it's been,
I mean, even going like a month without going to shows, going like a month without going to shows was just like, because that's just like what you've done for so long. Like that's like your social outings that you do and all that shit.
Right.
mhm.
Now you're like, damn, I'm back to freaking write music in my bedroom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, when you write music, do you usually do that by yourself, or is it like a band effort thing in a jam space?
So the way that we write is we'll each come up with like individual riffs. Sometimes I come up with like some song structures, but most of the time it's we come up with ideas and then we all get together and then we just mesh it out and flesh it out from there.
There we go. Yeah, I noticed your vocalist was playing drums. Like, does he play drums like full time?
So no, so it's actually funny. So in the very beginning, that's how we were writing all the music. It was just me and Chad, and he would be on drums, I just do guitar. And then when we got the demo written is when we brought people in to like learn the songs and all that and record. But Chad has actually he's been drumming for like over 10 years. That's actually his instrument. He didn't start doing vocals until Frozen Soul.
That's sweet.
Dang.
Mhm.
That's cool, man. Dude, being a frontman takes a lot of balls.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I couldn't do it. No
I
way.
couldn't do it either.
I
I
couldn't
don't know
get
what
on
it is.
stage.
I don't know what it is about like when I first heard when you guys released the first single off the newest album. I was just like, holy shit! Like, how the fuck? It sounds like there's like diarrhea coming out of his mouth. Like, how does like sounds so fucking good? It sounds so good. That's like I feel like the amount of like your vocals clapping together, like the nastier that clap sound, like the better the vocals. And something
Yeah, for
about
sure. For sure.
Will said that Chad grooves pretty hard.
Oh, he's the one that brings all like the groove to the band. I got my groove from Chad, basically.
There we go. The freaking groove.
Chad sound like he's eating an iceberg on the new LP. See, that's exactly.
There you go. That's a new merch design on the back of the freaking shirt. My vocalist is eating ice. All right. Brendan, you got any last questions?
I probably had something. But
But
yeah. No, yeah. I think I was just gonna ask about politics, but that already kind. Oh yeah, the Thanksgiving Christmas before Thanksgiving thing, but we kind of got that out of the way. But when John was cut off his feed to go to the bathroom or whatever he's doing.
I don't know what was going on.
But yeah. So we already talked about it.
Okay.
we go.
So this is the last thing I got. What is one piece of merch that you think is making the biggest comeback in 2020?
Man, that's a really good question. I would say patches. I would say patches just because for a while, for me personally, at least in Dallas, when I was going to shows, I wasn't seeing a whole lot of people wearing battle vests, but my memory is also kind of hazy. But I mean, there's that company Pull the Plug Patches. They've been pumping out a bunch of sick ass patches for bands.
But yeah, I buy shit from them. Like it feels like every month I'm like looking at stuff to get from them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about cassettes, man? I've been seeing cassettes like crazy nowadays, man.
I love cassettes. That's the form of media that I collect the most.
Well, I mean, like, I think that's the new wave. I mean, other than patches, but like,
Oh yeah, that's definitely another new wave because I mean, cassette sales are also up from like the past
cheap.
few
They're
years.
cheap too. You can get them. For
that's
like
why I love them. They're cheaper than CDs.
Yeah. $8, man.
And they're cool as fuck.
Speaking of that, I just tagged you, Brandon, on Facebook before this. This dude just put a list of cassettes up for sale. You gotta get.
Ooh,
I don't
yeah.
know. Look at that.
I want a full wall of cassettes. I thought cassettes were so stupid until I bought one cassette and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, I feel like you know, I'm nostalgic about something I was never a part of. So whatever.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, well that answers my questions, Michael. You freaking kicked ass. I had a lot of questions too, man.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, Frozen Soul, man. The new record, man. Is there like a final date on this thing? Like when? When?
Yeah,
can we
it's gonna
expect
be
it?
January 8th, 2021, and then we got another single coming in a few weeks. Then also this month we got a live stream coming out with Creeping Death and Devourment.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. that's
Hey,
awesome.
bro, did you just say Devourment?
Mm-hmm.
So
like
one of the
a live set? Is that what you're saying?
Well, so what it was that we did, so it's basically going to be like a TV show almost, and we filmed us Creeping Death and Devourment playing live, and I'll recorded it, and then that's going to be out hopefully this month.
Frick. Now is that through Century Media?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be through their YouTube channel. I'm not the one that does business and talks to everyone though. That's Chad, so I
Good
wouldn't be able to
thing,
give you a
man. Good
definite
thing.
answer.
Yeah, dude, being that guy is a pain in the ass.
Oh man, I'm so glad he does it because man, he talks to like a million people a day.
Yeah, dude, it's a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
All right, well, the last thing I'll say is Necro Balmer said, Mike, you got to ask them to play Baby Killer, and I second that. I second that.
Oh man, there were so many songs I wanted them to play, but they didn't. We each band only did like 4 songs, so we tried to keep it like under an hour long.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I'm freaking hyped, man.
But we just got back one of the first edits for the whole thing yesterday, and it sounds sick as fuck, and it looks sick as fuck.
Dude, Chris Andrews is a nice guy, man. I talked to him.
Oh, I love that guy.
We were talking about how he gets how they got stuck at the border because of like their shirts.
Oh god.
They're like, yeah, we went to like, I don't remember where it was, but the security, they like, we're all like hostile about it. Like, what is this? What's your plans? And then they took pictures with them after. They're like, these guys are rock stars.
I think I remember seeing that. It was like at the airport or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
He told me
sure
about that.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
I remember seeing them post that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. All right, well, we're not going to take any more of your time for the night, but I appreciate the you hopping in. And
dude, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Fuck yeah, tell your friends, man, if they want to be on, we'll do something.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get Fatted on here.
I don't know any of those guys, but they're cool. I hope you can get them on here.
We're gonna make it happen. Brandon, I just want to let you know that I think next weekend or the weekend after that, you better have your calendar open. You wanna know why?
All right. Yeah, man.
You wanna know why?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I don't want to know why. Just don't even tell me. Of course. No. Yeah.
Guess who we're popping on, man? It's somebody that you introduced me.
Who did I introduce you to?
It's on this label that I just tagged on.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. I did. When you told me, I didn't.
Ruin.
Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Ruin's a shit.
You're hopping on with me, man. I can't wait.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Let's end the broadcast here. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we're out.
Well, thank you guys.